Okay, so right away it's the evening time, and from the same juncture onwards, I would like to express my views over one of the topic which is about the plane. But very firstly, before I began with that same sort of topic, let me familiarize you with one more thing, which is quite much special one for me, which is that today I just tried my level best to catch up on academics. Furthermore, I used to just catch up on the general science related questions for catching up on the exam, which would take place pretty soon and which is currently knocking at the door of mine. You know what? Today I used to give some of the errands to my younger brother, but in vain, as he didn't try to just pursue any. And furthermore, the first trend was to just catch up on academics. And instead of catching up on academics, he used to go out for playing purposes along with his washroom buddies. And furthermore, you know what? The last day, the moment when I just caught sight at the examination form of mine, so there, what I saw that left me dumb, struck, paler, and aghast than ever. I was completely alarmed. I was in a fix. I was completely astonished about the fact which was that the gender of mine that was male instead of female one. And so thereafter, with no time, with a stroke of genius, I just further decided that firstly, straight away go to the college. And there, the moment when I just went over there, so from there I just got to know that the principal he wasn't present over there, and thereafter I fully got aware that firstly to just put down an application for the another university as the college in which I have been studying that comes under one of the colleges that comes under one of the private colleges. And so, quite swiftly and every today, I used to just put down an application, and my dad, along with my elder sister, they both used to go to that same sort of university. And moreover, you know what? My elder sister, she was in a hurry. She just wanted to just get to know about her examination schedule, even about her examination syllabus as well. And so for just getting to know about the admit card, she used to go over there. And furthermore, you know what? She was quite much anxious about the admit card of hers. Furthermore, her anxiety that used to reach the apex. And in addition to, I sunk into, I was thinking that was a frustration about the fact of the gender. You know what? The gender that was mentioned male. And according to me, even now that is mentioned male over there. And so, due to the same sort of fact, according to me, my future that would be ruined and mutated up to a certain extent. And so, according to me, it's a serious problem. It's kind of like a grimace problem. And so, according to me, according to me, speedy feedback that should be given to me by the university. And furthermore, according to me, speedy solution that should take place for changing the gender of mine so that no problem would try to take place in future regarding the gender. That's the fact. But let it be the moment when I just went to the college, and so on the driveway, one of the insects used to take place into my eye, one of my eyes, and so due to which, you know what, I wasn't able to watch out each and everything. Even I wasn't able to watch out the beauty of the nature as around me. There were sizable and innumerable amount of trees and plants and even flowers and bushes, and even there was a stream as well, a brief stream. And so I just wanted to observe each and everything which was surrounded by me, but in vain, as the fact is that one of the insects used to take place into my eye. And furthermore, that used to just give itchiness to my eye, even that turned my eye color into the red one. And furthermore, you know what, that used to just pose sizable and innumerable hurdles, blockades, and bottlenecks, and which was completely hindering the process of just observing the nature quite keenly, thoroughly, and adequately. But let it be. And furthermore, my dad used to reprimand and admonish me rather badly for not taking down the application for just giving to the university. And furthermore, it's pretty late, and right away, my elder sister she has gone for just submitting that same sort of thing. But let it be. Very firstly, let me familiarize you with the topic on which I want to express my views today. Unfortunately, the moment while I was just catching up on the essay, which was about the train, no, which was about the plane. So my dad used to just call me, and thereafter I used to just give him feedback. And furthermore, my dad used to ask me about the application, and thereafter I felt like quite much embarrassed, imbroglio, and humiliated as I didn't try to put down essay up to that moment when my dad was asking about that one. So quite swiftly and nimbly, I used to put down that one, and thereafter I used to give that one to my dad. And even along with my dad, I used to go to the college, and so it took me over time. So due to that same sort of fact, I was unable to catch up on academics, and so in addition to the fact is that my academics that has adversely affected today, and furthermore I was unable to catch up on that same topic on which I wanna express my views right away. That's the fact. But let it be. According to me, I've read about that same sort of topic in the olden days. So according to me, no problem would take place right away. Okay, let it be. And without dwelling and riveting any more time, let's cut straight into the topic firstly. Okay, once I got to know that my grandma, she was running a high fever. She felt completely ill, and so you know what? It sent a shiver down my spine. It sent a cold chill ran down my spine. Even my blood went cold. My heart skipped a beat. And furthermore, I just tried to come to terms with that catastrophe. I just tried to shrug off the eerie feeling which persisted. God couldn't know eyes but to know well. Furthermore, the fact is that I just wanted to get to know about the condition, about the situation of my grandma, and furthermore, with a stroke of genius, I just further decided that to just board a train. But you know what? I was unable to just take any ticket as all the tickets they were completely booked for some of the people, and so due to that fact, unfortunately, to the utter dismay, to the utter disappointment, I was quite grudgingly, forcibly, and reluctantly required to just go over there by the plane. And so, firstly, I used to just book the ticket for the plane by online, and in one sense, in the online mode. And furthermore, I was quite much frenzied and excited about the journey, as since, according to me, it was my first journey, and so due to that fact, I was feeling completely different. In one sense, I was feeling completely awesome and cool as well. And furthermore, the fact is that my heart it was completely clouded by the greenness, jubilantness, and I felt like just jumping due to joy, the great gladness, the thrilling as well. And furthermore, I used to just tell about it same sort of matter to my siblings. And you know what? In one sense, I was feeling crestfallen, affluent, terribly despondent than ever, as well as the fact is that I was required to just go to my grandma, who was already ill, and so due to that fact, I was not feeling completely satisfied and contented with myself. And furthermore, the delay used to take place, and firstly, in the finally morning of that same day, I used to just get up in the finally morning. Thereafter, I used to just take a lovely shower, and after taking a lovely shower, I used to just do all my household chores in a jiffy. And thereafter, I used to just go over there by my car, and thereafter, on the station, I used to watch out the aeroplane. And even after watching out that one, you know what? I felt like completely dejected. As all time long I was just brooding over the health of my grandma. I just wanted that she should be the hale and hearty one. And furthermore, I just wanted that she should dwell up to her century. That was a fact. And in addition to, all time long I was musing at about the situation which would take place while I would be just traveling by air. And furthermore, since it was my very first time, so I was just brooding over what if the engine of what if one of the engines would fail during the traveling time. So due to that fact, I was disappointed in one sense, and furthermore, I used to gather my vest, I used to collect my composure, and thereafter I used to go ahead, and I used to just get into the aeroplane, and thereafter, first I used to explore my seat over there. And the moment when I just got to know about that one, so I used to park myself over there, and the seat that was just next to the window, and furthermore, beside me there was already seated one of the old women, and I used to just go over there. And furthermore, the moment while the train was about to take off, so I was just watching out the surroundings out of the window, and even I was out that the moment while the aeroplane that was in air, that was in the sky. So I watched out the highways. They were looking like the black matchboxes as the size that used to turn the petty one, even the brief one as well. Furthermore, it excited curiosity in myself for getting to know about other things as well. And within no time, I used to watch out other things. And furthermore, the fact is that after after a brief period of time, I used to watch out one more thing, which was trees. I used to watch out at the long trees. They used to turn small in size for me, and furthermore, the green leaves. They were just looking like the tiny insects. And in addition to the fact is that one message has taken place over here. Okay, so let me continue with that same sort of thing. So, in the earliest, I realized that I was feeling completely afraid of the traveling. Furthermore, the lady who was sitting beside me, she was feeling completely overconfident and she was full of self-esteem. And furthermore, she was feeling thrilling beyond measure as it was not her first journey. On the contrary, it was my first journey, and due to which I was full of anxiety. Furthermore, you know what the fact is that after a prolonged period of time, the air hostess used to take place over there for just serving the refreshments to the passengers who were present over there among me. And furthermore, the thing is that after a brief period of time, one of the announcements used to take place over there, which was about the failing of the one of the engines out of the two. And so, due to that fact, I was feeling completely angered, and furthermore I was completely annoyed as well. And even furthermore, I was feeling completely different in one sense. It sort of shivered on my spine, and I was feeling crestfallen, affligo, and terribly despondent than ever as well. And you know what, why I was feeling anger? I was feeling anger and annoyed due to the fact of the passengers. I thought that I and all the passengers, they would be losing their life within no time, as the plane that would just drop on the on any area, and so due to that fact, nobody would be alive. And so I thought that this would be quite tragic and obnoxious one. And so while brooding over this one, I was feeling completely fit of anger. But let it be. And very firstly, I explored myself wanting to console the lady who was sitting beside me, as firstly she was the old one and she got to know about that one, so due to which her anxiety that reached the apex, and she used to weep bitterly, she used to sob inconsolably, even she used to cry for help as well. Even I explored that some of the passengers, they were just praying to the Lord, and by just joining their hands like this. And furthermore, I explored that some people, they used to just continue tightening their seat belts. On the contrary, some people used to explore the parachutes over there. And furthermore, the fact is that some people, they were completely not on their normal self. And furthermore, some people, they were looking quite much curious to get to know about the engines and even about the parts of the engines as well. And furthermore, some were just conferring, and even some were just talking about the possibility of the good landing of the aeroplane. And on the contrary, I explored that some people, that on the face of some people, there took place a different sort of tension, stress as well. And furthermore, a strange expression, a peculiar expression used to cross the face of sizable and ample people as well who were present over there. And in addition to, you know what, I fainted due to that same sort of thing. I faced Alma, I was in a trauma ward at same sort of flight. And furthermore, the moment when I opened my eyes, so I explored myself in the hospital. There in the hospital, I was doing nothing, and I explored that my siblings, they were present beside me. And thereafter, I used to recall each and everything, and I used to remind that my grandma, she was already ill. And thereafter, I realized that I myself was ill. And so the fact was that I used to delay the juncture, I used to delay the time for meeting with my grandma. And furthermore, firstly, I used to wait for my recovery, and it took over time. And furthermore, you know what? I was feeling like that I was already in the coma, as I wasn't able to understand and fathom each and everything. Furthermore, in a crash, I was watching out my siblings, I was observing the surroundings as well. And furthermore, I got to know a good news, which was that all the people who were present in the plane, they were good, they were feeling good as well, and they all got their lives back like usual before. And furthermore, they used to enjoy their lives like usual before. And in addition to, I got to know that the air hostess, even the pilot as well, the pilots, they all got saved. That's the thing. And furthermore, after my recovery, I used to just go to my grandma, and there I just got to know that her health that has turned good one, and furthermore, she has become hale and hearty. And I was greeted with this same sort of news, and I was feeling completely thrilling beyond measure, as my main motive was to just observe my grandma, watch over my grandma, and meet with my grandma, and to pray to the God for her well-being as well. And that's what took place later on. But you know what? That was kind of like a challenge for me to go through. That was kind of like an ordeal for me to go through. I'm talking about the engine, the failure of the engine. And furthermore, you know what? The fact is that each and everything, whatever I've spoken right away, that is just out of my mind. In one sense, that is just made up completely. And one day I used to relate this, that I used to put down the answers in the examination out of my mind. And so my elder sister, she used to fathom that each and everything, each and every answer used to belong to the beyond of my level of understanding. But my main motto is to relate about that out of my mind, in one sense, that used to belong to the imagination world of mine. Furthermore, each and everything is the unreal one. That's the fact. Furthermore, I used to read about this same sort of thing from my English language book, and fortunately, I've spoken each and everything. And according to me, today I have been feeling pretty much awesome, as it's the very first time when I've taken place over here, when I've chosen this place for speaking purposes. And furthermore, it was kind of like my ambition to speak English over here, as I adore this sort of place quite much. You know what? According to me, 90% of the daily time I switch over to take place over here for exploring Viennas and Dalikikis over here. And this is the kitchen of mine, and mom, she switches over to make viands over here. And furthermore, she feels like a hefty task to to just make delicatessens, to just cook food for us. Furthermore, we are sizable in number, and so due to which she feels like a dilemma to just cook viands and delicacies for each one of us. That's the fact. But according to me, quite greatly and jubilantly, she tries her level best to just cook delicacies and desserts for us. And you know what? The fact is that all day long, she switches over to just catch up on the activities, and the activities, they are numberless. They are ample, numerous, considerable as well. And so according to me, her task is her activities. They are beyond of my level of catching up on. That's the fact. But let it be. You know what? She tries to just wash out the utensils. Even she tries to just wash out the attires, the wardrobes of ours. Furthermore, she tries to just use the broom for the cleaning purposes. She tries to use the wiper for cleaning purposes. Furthermore, she tries to just wash out the wash basins and even washrooms as well. And so according to me, the number of tasks which she does on the regular basis, they are over lakhs. And even right away, she has been just doing one of the activities, and with which I myself got aware. And according to me, she would be doing something with the wheat. And according to me, she would be eliminating the stones from the wheat. That is kind of like a Herculean, arduous, and gigantic task for those who are not having the good eyesight. And the fact is that my mom, she just tries to just eliminate the stones and even some other dust particles from the wheat, so that thereafter my mom, she just switches over to just give that one for grinding purposes. And um, and thereafter we tries to just have that one and in the form of chapatis or parathas. Moreover, right away, I just want to express my views over the gender related mistake, why that used to take place. Firstly, I used to just fill one of the forms for one of the universities. Since that is quite much far from my residence, so with a stroke of genius, I further decided to take admission from one of the colleges which is quite much near to my residence and habitual. And furthermore, one day I used to go over there, and that was the very first time. And so, due to that fact, I was feeling afraid a little bit. I was feeling scared and fumbled as well. And so, the moment I went over there, so they used to just ask me some of the mundane and noticeable questions related to me, and I used to give them the feedbacks with full of my confidence. And furthermore, I used to aware them of the fact that I've already taken admission from for one of the courses and from one of the universities. And after getting to know, they used to relate to me that your admission that would be cancelled by us, and thereafter we will give you one another admission, and that would be the real one for you. And furthermore, you are required to deposit this much amount of money to us. And so I used to deposit that much amount of money, and thereafter at the same time, in the evening time of the day, I fully got aware of that same sort of admission. And furthermore, the thing is that in the evening time, one of the calls used to take place for me, and that man used to ask about something which was completely associated with the admission form. That man used to ask me about my personal details, and so without giving him the personal details, I used to ask him about himself, as I was feeling completely unsecured for giving him my details, even my personal details. That's the fact. According to me, the fraud, the dishonesty takes place due to just sharing the personal informations with others. So, firstly, I used to ask him about himself, and thereafter, the moment when I just felt like secured. So, at the same juncture, I used to just share all my personal details with him, and even thereafter, the fact is that after sharing all the personal details, he used to just tell me that my admission that has completed in the quite good manner and successfully as well. And so I used to congratulate to me. And furthermore, thereafter, according to me, the fact is that I was feeling unsecured in one sense, since that was the evening time and the day that was coming to a close. And so I thought that most probably he has done one of the errors while just filling and discharging and completing that same sort of admission form for me. And very firstly, that fact that used to belong to me, and so due to that fact, I was feeling unsecured. And furthermore, he used to just commit the gender error. I used to appear like a male to him instead of a female, and so due to his negligence, he used to just do that one. And now I'm quite particularly, forcibly, and reluctantly required to just do a correction with that one. And so, according to me, that would take a prolonged period of time and consistently. I would be required to just work hard for just changing the gender of mine. And if I would not require to change the gender, so according to me, some of the problems would take place in the future years. And even that would just act like a blockade and bottleneck in the future years for me for just catching up on any career option or for doing anything in the future as well. And furthermore, according to me, that mark sheet of UG course, that would matter none, as my gender that would be the different one, that would be the wrong one. So according to me, doing correction in that one, that matters most, that is quite much crucial, significant one, and I can't skip that one as well. That's the fact.